What is up, YouTube? JankyYGO here. My name is Michael, and today we have Despian's support coming out in Burst of Destruction. And I don't know how many cards we have to talk about, so I won't waste any more time on the intro, and we're just gonna jump into it. First up, we have a level 8 Dark Fairy effect monster called Libitum of Despia. So, it has 1500 attack, 2000 defense, and its first and second effect are hard ones per turn. Each during your main phase, you can activate this effect. Each face-up monster on the field gains 100 attack times its level until the end of your opponent's turn. If this card on the field or in the hand is used as material for fusion and is sent to the graveyard or banished, you can target one Despia monster other than it, or a level 8 or higher fusion monster in your graveyard among your banished monsters and special summon it. So, uh, this card seems pretty good. A lot of the time when these fusion decks have monsters that get these effects for fusion summoning or something for being used as material, they usually end up pretty decent. Plus, this is a trade-in target as well, so you can trade this in, and they do have a fusion, I believe, that lets you fuse out of the graveyard. So that is a pretty interesting thing. I think it's a pretty decent card overall. On top of that, you can also like Foolish Burial into it, get that effect as well to fusion summon it, because it says if it's sent to the graveyard or banished. So there you go. It has to be sent from the field or hand to get its effect. Never mind. I'm a dummy. Sent to the graveyard or is banished, huh? Anyway, next up. Masquerade, the Crimsongleam Dragon. Level 8 Dark Fusion Fiend effect monster. 2500 attack, 2000 defense. Requires one Despia monster and one light or dark monster. So this one is kind of like the easiest one is one of the easier ones to make. While you control this fusion summoned card, your opponent must pay 600 life points to activate cards or effects. While this card is in the graveyard, if your opponent controls a Ritual, Synchro, Fusion, Xyz, or Link quick effect, you can special summon this card from your graveyard but banish it when it leaves the field. So, its first effect is kind of we've seen something similar to it in the terms of like Red Eyes and Toll. Toll used to see play in burn decks because they'd have to pay 500 life points just to do anything. And with this card, though, I don't think the 600 is going to matter too much unless that deck is already paying a bunch of life points to do their stuff. Um, as far as its second effect, I think its second effect is a much better thing because there are ways to play around the whole banish it as well. So, for example, you can summon this back, maybe attack over a monster, and then XC summon with it. So that's another thing because it doesn't restrict you to doing anything. So that's another plus side for this card. I think this card is overall pretty decent and pretty easy to make in Despia since Despias are um, mainly lights and darks. I'm pretty sure most of them are darks. Uh, but yeah, uh, definitely an interesting card and pretty cool nonetheless. So next up, we got a quick play spell card, Jubilation of the Branded. It's a quick play spell card. You can only activate this card's first or second effect once per turn and only once that turn, so you must choose one of the following effects. So its first effect reads, reveal one monster in your hand and send one level 8 fusion monster with 2500 attack or defense with the same type as that monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then apply one of the following effects. So discard the revealed monster, then add one Fallen of Albaz or one monster that specifically lists Fallen of Albaz in its text from your deck to your hand. During the end phase of a turn that a fusion monster is sent to your graveyard, you can add this card from your graveyard to your hand. So this gets your Fallen of Albaz, this gets your cards that specifically list that, which is what this deck kind of wants. And this also helps the other Albaz archetypes as well. Because those decks also are going to need, if they want to find Fallen of Albaz, this card also does that. So, pretty good card. For this one, for example, since the top one is a Fiend, or the fusion monster that we showed is a Fiend, and the very first one we revealed is a Fiend, you can reveal that Fiend, ditch it to your graveyard, ditch to level 8 as well, and then add your Fallen of Albaz. Overall, pretty good card for the deck. Definitely a good card. Last, and possibly not least, I don't know, Branded in Red. It's a quick spell card, and you can only activate one card with this card's name per turn. You target one Despia monster or Fallen of Albaz in your graveyard, add that monster to your hand, then apply the following effect. You fusion summon one level 8 or higher fusion monster from your extra deck by banishing monsters from your hand and or field as materials, but that monster cannot attack directly. So this gets you your card back to basically guarantee you a good fusion summon. I think this card is pretty sweet. It not only gets you a card back, but it allows you to fusion summon. The downside is that it can't attack directly, and then the other downside is that, they are banished, but that is okay because as we saw from the first monster, it actually wants to be banished. So, that's going to do it for this Despia support. You can tell me what you guys think of this support in the comment section below, and if you're excited for it. If it is your birthday today, happy birthday, and if you want to send me any cool deck profiles or replays, my email is in the description. And of course, and as always, have a wonderful day.